Hello. In this video, we're going to be discussing guided browsing, and more importantly, what's the difference between focused browsing and filtered browsing. So you'll notice right here up in your corner, you have guided browsing, and if you click on it, it gives you two things to choose from. So let's talk about a focus session. So a focus session is when you want to lock down your students' browsers so they can only go to those sites that you said are available for that day. So say I'm giving a quiz in Google Forms, I can give them the link and then they can only access that form. They can't go beyond that. So to do that, you just click on Set Up Focus Session, and then you just type in what you want them to focus on. So let's say I'm going to do Disney.com. I can choose the whole site, or I can say only this specific page. You choose how long you want your focus session to be, and at the end of the focus session, do you want them to open everything back up? I usually leave these as yes. And then who is this session for? The class, students, or groups. And do you want to schedule for later? You can say yes, and it's going to ask you what day and what time. Then there's this cool thing that says save as a template. So let's say you're constantly focusing on the same thing, or you need to focus a class at different time, or different class with the same template. So I can say save template, and then I can name my template whatever I want to name it. And if I click save, and my template's been saved. So if I go back and I go to guided browsing, you'll notice now it says choose from a template, and I can say testing, and I can say review the focus session. I can change anything in here that I want to, and go ahead and focus it that way. Now filtered is similar, but a filtered is when you don't want students to go to a particular site. So for instance, like if you know your kids are always going to that snake game, you can grab that URL and pop it right in there and tell them that they can't get on the snake game during this time. And you can set it for a certain amount of minutes. But let's say maybe that's they've earned enough points for PBIS that they earn that reward after they finish all their work. So you can say, hey, I only want this focus to not be, I want this filter to be on for 15 minutes or 30 or whatever. Same thing, you can set up all the different things and then save it as a template. So then when you come back, you can say, all right, Fred's Games, I'm going to review that filter. ABC Yeah, which we know is already blocked, but I just put it on there, is blocked, and it's only blocked for, and I can say these particular students. So that is what a focused and a filtered selection and how to save your templates is all about. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.